Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ask Me Anything with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Just before I check and go on, can I just check that everybody can hear me okay? I've had to make a small last minute change due to some technical uh, that happened. Let's have a look. Factual breakdown. Hello to you. You're in the chat already. Having a look. 38 people sent to. My God, that's absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah, I had some technical difficulties. I was out in the car, which is where I try and do things from. And the first thing was it was dark, and the second thing was some new equipment that I was trying to get working to give me a little bit of illumination. Didn't work that well either. We've got some people coming in now, 13 of you so far. So hello to you all. Welcome. Hi, Jacqueline. Hope you're well. Hi, Factual Breakdown. Anna Perkins, you're in the chat as well. Taffy Cat One, glad to see you. Can I just, Lucinda, hello to you as well. It's good to see people coming in. Can you all just give me a quick sound check? Because as you can see, I'm on the computer in my actual living room, and I've had to do this last minute. Hello, Richard. Hope you're well. Cove Lord, you made it. Okay. It was freezing. Okay, brilliant. Well, this is a Ask Me Anything live stream again, and it's literally entitled Ask Me Anything. I've noticed that the daily chats I've been doing from my car seem to be going down quite well, and I'm going to start doing more of those. People seem to like them, and I'm getting told the audio is fine, so that's good. I've actually got a webcam attached to the computer. This is really last minute, so I could, get in front of you and get the live stream going. We've got 15 people now. Don't forget to hit that like button as well if you're in the chat, folks, because it does help the YouTube algorithm go. I actually like it on the computer because I can see everything a lot better, and there's a lot more camera footage as well, although ignore that behind me. That's what a living room looks like when you don't expect any guests round. So I'll kind of lean this way a little bit. Anyway, as the thing is titled, it's titled Ask Me Anything. And over the course of the week, you send me a load of questions in. It can be about me, general events, and, anything really. I've got a little list today. So, yeah, we'll go. I'll tell you what, it's very disconcerting because I'm used to doing things with the phone, and I'm having a look up there at the webcam so I can actually talk to everybody. Right, let's have a look at these, shall we? Richard Void is the first question, and he is in the chat. I've seen him pop up, so hello, Richard. And Richard asks, what's your favourite science fiction character? I think they know I like science fiction. I've got two favourite characters. It's a toss-up between Captain Kirk, naturally, and Luke Skywalker out of Star Wars. I like both of them very much. Captain Kirk, because of, not ever believing in the impossible and always finding a way out of a solution. We can take something to do with that into real life, I think, and it's all good. And Luke Skywalker purely because he's a Jedi, and the story of the original movies, he saved his father, which is something. It was the fallen father, the background story behind that, and I found that very fascinating. Let's go back to the chat. Who have we got? Oh yeah, Quark and Odo. You can't beat them. I mean, Rene Auberjonois has passed away now, hasn't he? Which is a shame. I know Quark's still about. Hi Andy, have you seen a convoy of snowplows heading east on the A50? No, I haven't so far. It wouldn't surprise me. It's getting very bitter and cold out there. Who else have we got? Richard Void, good choice. Thank you. I've been a sci-fi fan for years, actually. It was my uncle's fault. He got me into it in the first place. Lisa Barker. What mileage do you do in a year? Lisa asks. Well, At the moment, I'm not doing any mileage at all because my van had a massive problem uh, where he couldn't get a bolt out of a thing where he had to replace it, and it's still in the garage. So usually 1,000 miles a week is a good average for a cab driver. I end up doing some more sometimes. I ended up doing 7,000 miles one time in 1 month. Who else have we got? Oh, my mum's here. Hi, Grumps. Say hello to Jean Whitehead, everybody. That's my mum. Uh, Alicia B. Why did you get into YouTube? That's a good question. Well, at the start of the pandemic, my business collapsed. I wasn't going to any airports, and I was rather frustrated, particularly with the pandemic and also world events as well. And I really wanted to find a way of expressing my frustrations at world events, shall we say. And I needed an outlet, and I figured YouTube was it. So I started recording videos and giving my opinion on things. And then all of a sudden, one of my videos got thousands of views, and I started attracting a bit of attention to myself. And then another video got several thousand views, and then I was put in contact with another YouTuber who gave me some advice and everything, and it all goes from there. All goes from there, and I've made other contacts across the pond in America, police off the cuff, duty wrong and allegedly guilty. They're all great guys. They help me. We all help each other out. I made some good friends as well. Shout out to Factual Breakdown here because she's been very instrumental in all of this in the background. And I do appreciate all of her help. Who are we? Russell Cooper. Russell Cooper asks, do you get nervous with all of the viewers? Well, I don't so much now. I used to at the beginning. I mean, there's a bit of a skill here where you have to, talk about something you're confident about for an amount of time and keep going. It's all up here. There's no script, no nothing. And at first, because I was new to all this and wasn't quite sure, a bit tongue-tied kind of thing, quite hard at first. But now I'm more confident. I mean, when I was younger, I used to do amateur dramatics, and I'd stand on a stage in a silly costume in front of 200 people. And now I'm sitting in front of my living room, talking to you guys. So I don't feel I get nervous now, really. Not really. What's my mum saying? Yes, he does. I can talk for England. Yeah. Don't get me started, Mum. I could tell him a thing or two, couldn't I? Trinity 93 is another one. Have you had a celeb in your car? Celebrity. Well, this is one that comes up every now and again. I had an X Factor contestant in my car a few years ago, Ben Mills. He didn't really go down that route with the music. He just wanted to, play the gigs in the pubs, and that's what he does. I've just had a thing come up saying that connection is unstable. Please wait. We try reconnecting. Can everybody hear me? Okay, I can see the live chat. If we can have a sound check. Can you all hear me, or have I disappeared? It seems fine. Okay, it might just be at my end. Jacqueline, what's still buffering? Yes, you can hear just fine. Audio and video still good. Okay, it might just be my computer being a pain. It's the first time I've done it off the broadband in here, and it's not that great. Have you had a celeb in your car? I have had a celeb in my car, or a celeb at the time, Ben Mills, but he really didn't want to go down that road, and he just ended up doing all the gigs around the local pubs and everything. I've seen famous people at the airport. Cliff Richard I saw once at Gatwick Airport, and also Ricky Gervais got out of a rather flashy Mercedes in front of me. So I've seen a couple. I know other taxi drivers I know have seen more as well. They seem to get more lucky there. Yeah, if you're new to the chat, welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, let's get you subscribed. Hit the subscribe button, and also give the live chat a like. It does help the YouTube algorithm and helps everything grow. Oh, Mum, don't. Where are the Manchester pub people? Factual breakdown asks. Yes, a couple of live streams we've had. We've had some people from pub up at Manchester who've been quite supportive of the channel, and it's wonderful. And apparently, I was on a big TV screen in the middle of the pub as well. It's quite something. Okay, Lake Lizard asks a couple of questions. Always good for a couple. Has the Insulate Britain problem been resolved? Well, at the moment, there's a group of them in jail where they belong. I attracted some criticism for my views on this the other day, and somebody told me off. I'll tell you more later. There's some content coming out at 6 o'clock onwards, by the way, with various things as always. But they come out in solidarity with their colleagues the other day and blocked off Lambeth Bridge. And I don't think it is over, to be honest. I've got a feeling that there will be more. Fuzzy Duxy, yeah, you hit 20,000. Yeah, 20,000 subscribers. It's about 20,300 now, something like that. So I appreciate all of your support. Factual breakdown. You got a YouTube channel? Yes, she has. Grumpy Get. She certainly has. You can find her on there. Lake Lizard asked another one. How often do I change the oil in my cab? Well, the service interval on a Ford Tornado is every 20 or 30,000 miles. I get it in every 20,000 miles without fail. It has to be done. A car's only as good as the next service. If you don't, it's going to fail. It's really bad. Who we got? Message held for a review. Hi everyone. Please send a 1 in chat if buffering, and 2 if not, then Andy will know. Yeah, I've got a thing on the box at the top of mine that says the connection is unstable. I don't like usually coming in and using the computer, but the house is empty at the moment. My young lad's gone to football, and I'll be popping off down there after this stream to go and watch. But I did have some technical difficulties at first, and I went out to try and set up and get some new equipment sorted out, but it didn't quite work out. I've got to look at it again. I'm getting people saying that they're hearing me okay, which is good. Andy the Gabby Cabby, I am not buffering, and Fuzzy Doxy is from duty, Ron and police off the cuff. Yeah, thanks, Fuzzy Doxy. I think that's great. A lot of people have come over from them guys, and I'm always bigging them up. I think they're brilliant. So all that mutual support. Bill Cannon from Police Off the Cuff calls it, cross-pollination, where YouTubers help each other. And that's one of the biggest tips I can give, really. You've got to make your contacts out there with, all the other YouTubers. That's how you get your word around. Let's go to the chat and see if anybody else has asked anything. It's just general chitter chatter. What's nice? Now that Richie mentions about Extinction Rebellion blocking the Amazon warehouses today. That was, yeah. I bring out some content on that a bit later as well. I don't know whether they really think they're going to achieve what they want to achieve by blocking all the roads off. It's just ridiculous, really. Do watch YouTube channel Morgoth's review of Ola's sunglasses, says. Okay, I'll check that out. There's a load out there, very, very similar. Jacqueline Watt, I'm refreshed and I'm back. That's good to know. Sometimes this technical stuff can give you a little bit of a problem. Cliff Richard is an elderly gent now. Why must so adverse attention be given? Yeah, he is old, isn't he? He's about 80. Incredible. When I was in London, they served mushrooms on the breakfast buffet. Is that a normal breakfast food? Yeah, I have a omelette with cheese and mushrooms most days. It's quite filling and quite nice. You do see that in breakfast here. Uh, if my Shannon Lee and I get to the UK, meeting up with you is on our to-do list. I look forward to it. Factual breakdown, you know I do, for our communications. Uh, what should the government do with a dinghy mid-channel if France won't take them back? Make them take it back. My biggest thing with this whole dinghy diver issue, there's big business involved with these people coming to the coast and being launched off the French coast over here. In my view, stop that launch and the problem will go away. That's what I think, totally. And there'll be a little bit more out on that later, because it appears that our president, Mr. Boris Johnson, Prime Minister, I mean, has upset the French today and caused a bit of a problem. But I'll let you know about that in a video that comes out later. Uh, Factual breakdown is putting a claim in for #1 US fan. Totally get where you're coming from. Yeah, I think Factual Breakdown is my #1 US fan, actually. Absolutely brilliant. Uh, Now that's Richie says home broadband is often slow this time of day. Might be better to use 4G phone as Wi-Fi hotspot if your data allows. Yes, it does. I've got unlimited data on my SIM card, so that's something I could do. Normally, I would broadcast from my car all the time, but what happened, and it is an issue at this time of day, it's obviously dark outside and no light, and you wouldn't see me. And I had some equipment that I jerry rigged up to try and correct that issue, and I didn't do a very good job of correcting it. And there were certain power requirements I need, and I had software issues as well, and it just didn't work out. So there you go. Now I have a question for you guys. I was doing these Ask Me Anythings once a week, and it was just me dipping my toe into the realm of regular live streams. And I kind of thought I was comfortable with that, but I've ended up doing them every day. Is that what you want to see? It's just a general chitter chatter, really. Then I can answer some questions in the live feed, and we can interact with each other. And it seems to be the best way round. So let me know what you think of that. Factual Breakdown says she had a full English breakfast at an Argentinian bistro in Aruba, of places. Yeah, you get over here and have a full English breakfast. There's a couple of really nice cafes locally. There's actually one locally that does a really big plate of sausage, bacon, eggs, and all that sort of thing. And they challenge you to eat it all within a certain amount of time, and you get your money back. Okay, let's have another look at the chat. I always like these because you see people interacting all of the time, and you can see that people they're making connections and grouping off into in individual pockets and having a nice chat. We make friends here, so that's all nice. Where are we? What do you think of latest news with this? More likely to. There's a lot we don't know about that. It's we can't mention it really on here because any slight bit of it, you just get the boot off of here. They don't like discussing it, but there's definitely problems, definitely big issues, and all will become clear. And what I don't like at the moment is the way the narrative is going with this whole situation. We saw Sajid Javid on the telly today, and I woke up and read the news, and it's disgusting. Who is your favourite TV detective? Anna Perkins asks. I like a bit of Columbo. Poirot was one of my favourites. One thing I always liked about Columbo, you could tell who the culprit was within minutes, because you just looked at the person Columbo wouldn't leave alone, and that was always the one that happened. I loved Starsky and Hutch. T.J. Hooker. I wouldn't call him a detective though, but I grew up on a diet. T.J. Hooker, absolutely loved it. There's so many to mention. Somebody's mentioned Taggart. Yeah, Jim Taggart. That's another one, another older one. That's really nice. Miss Marple. Yeah, all the old ones are coming up now. Really great. Hey Andy, like the daily chats, but happy with what works out for you. CSC Kitty says, I like the daily chats too, because they're a little bit more open. And before you know it, plenty of time has gone. And you lose track of time. When you lose track of time, it means you're having fun. I like it. Anyway, we've got just over 50 people in the chat now, so welcome to you all. If you've just joined us, thank you for coming and watching Andy the Gabby Cabby's gabbying on a daily basis. If you haven't done so already, can you subscribe if you haven't, and then that way you can keep up with what we're doing. And there are other options available too, which is in the description underneath here. So thank you very much. Let's get back to the chat. Yeah, Carl Rittenhouse. I completely get where you're coming from. Are you the Carl Rittenhouse? Let me know. That would be interesting to find out. Or are you just using the name? That really sticks out to me. Who else have we got? Do you remember Hack, the ex-police officer who became a hired taxi driver? I don't, I'm afraid. Anna Perkins. I really don't. Paul Temple on the radio in the 60s, Jane Griffith says. Yeah, all the detective names are coming out now. Really, really great. To break out, I believe that our next holiday may be in the UK. Yeah. Listen, Factual Breakdown. You come to Margate, I'll get you here. Don't you worry about that. Somebody's saying that they're Elvis. Oh, Carl Rittenhouse, just a show of support for the dude. That's fair enough. I had to ask the question, although I already knew the answer, really. The English Constitution Party is now a fully registered party. Okay. I think we're headed for interesting times, aren't we, with this? Dixon of Dock Green's another one. My God, they're all coming out of the woodwork now. Speaking of T.J. Hooker, William Shatner's 90 years old. That's unbelievable. Where are we? Let's have a look at some more of the chat. How is everybody doing where you are, by the way? What are you up to this evening? Anything? You staying in? You going out? What you up to? Let me know. And more importantly, what's the weather like? Oh, Minder. Yes, I forget about Minder. I used to love Arthur Daly. Absolutely brilliant. I know a few characters like that actually around here. Yeah, I listen to them. Yeah, again, I love all this talk in the chat where you're all getting on with each other. That's what makes it worthwhile, really. Really nice to see. Hawaii 5-0. Yeah, that was Jack Lord, wasn't it? Ozone 1959. Carl Rittenhouse. Yeah, don't even go there. Am I scared of it? I wonder whether we're going to pull something out of their hat to try and ruin all of our Christmases, to be honest. Michael Castrian, blowing a gale down here, mate, and chucking it down. Yeah, it's not too clever here, really. It's getting a bit cold, wet, and horrible outside. That's definitely the case. Who else? I've just started watching Minder from the start. Brilliant. Yeah, I preferred Minder when it was Dennis Waterman as the Minder. When it changed from him, it wasn't the same. But George Cole was a legend in my book, but had to have the right Minder. Magnum, yes, Ozone 1959. Magnum PI, Tom Selleck, of course. I do like that now. Factual Breakdown, where she is in the States. saying it's 60 now, but feels colder on the water. It's kind of weird, this whole doing it on the PC, because it's probably quite a wide screen I'm looking at, and the chat's over there, so I keep having to avert my eyes like this so I can see what everybody's saying. But, I much prefer the phone. It's easier to manage. I'll work out what went wrong for next time. But what I'm going to do with the format of these from now on, I think, is daily chats. I try and aim for 2 o'clock onwards every day. So, we try and get a nice cross section of people in, and hopefully people on their lunch breaks and everything. Quantum Leap is on at 6 p.m. on Pick TV for anyone in the UK. Grumpy Get says, I absolutely loved Quantum Leap. Absolutely loved it. The whole concept of somebody being able to visit different times in people's lives and put things right that once went wrong. Wonderful, wonderful series. It really was. Luther, I never saw that, Fuzzy Doxy. I'll have to check that out. That's one that definitely escaped me. Oh, wow. Ironside is another one. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I think I've seen pretty much all of those, actually. Where else are we? Pluto TV, if you like retro TV. Yeah, I like a fair bit of retro. Yeah, Factual Breakdown, Raymond Burr. Absolutely brilliant. And also, of course, Perry Mason, the lawyer he played as well. That was another good series. Midnight Caller. Yeah, what's the guy that played it? Gary Cole, I think, was the guy that played him in Midnight Caller. I used to love that. Anyone that doesn't know, that was about an ex cop who turned into a radio DJ and still ended up solving the odd crime or two in his spare time. So that really was a good series. Where else? I watched them all with my dad. Factual Breakdown had a crush on Gary Cole. Yes, he's still around, I think. Still acting and still doing his thing. Saw Raymond Burr in a live play in Brighton's Theatre Royal. Anna Perkins says, what was that like, Anna Perkins? Very, very imposing, large screen presence, wasn't he? Very, very powerful actor, I thought. Bill and Ben, the Fat and Pop Men, dibby dibby dibba double, whatever they used to say. Yeah, I remember that. Well, in reruns. I don't remember the originals. Who else have we got here? We got just over 60 people in the chat, 63. So welcome to you if you've just joined us. A bit of a change of scene at the moment. I'm sitting in my living room. I had to come up with a makeshift, kind of setup very quickly, so I wasn't late. My mum says she loved Randall and Hopkirk. Was that Randall and Hopkirk deceased, Mum? I seem to remember that. One of them was the ghost, wasn't he? I remember that. DJ says, hi, Andy. Hi to you. Thank you for joining. The Fugitive is another one. I didn't really see a lot of the series. I was first introduced to it when I saw the film remake with Harrison Ford. That was good. Yeah, Mum, Randall and Hopkirk deceased. Glad you clarified that. I thought I was, somewhere. Yeah, if you haven't done so already, folks, can you hit the like button on the live stream for me? That'd be great if you could. I appreciate that. You could get the Equalizer in your area. Oh, yeah, the Equalizer, absolute classic. I did find a TV channel. I think it was called Forces TV on the Sky listing, and I used to watch Equalizer reruns in the evening. Used to drive my wife absolutely mad. $5 super chat from Factual Breakdown. Thank you very much for that. And I like the comment. Love your chats and your channel. I appreciate that, as always. Appreciate any support people give. And I'll be giving a video out a little bit later where I want to discuss that in a little bit more detail and just asking people's opinions, really, of what's going on. Lost in Space, yeah, that's another one. Oh, but this isn't a chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby tonight, is it? It's reminiscing about all the old TV shows we used to watch. what's happened with TV? You get all this reality TV garbage. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, and only way is Essex. Oh my goodness, it's awful, all of it. We need to roll the clock back 50 years and have some decent stuff on the box, don't we? Hi Andy, love your content, love Canon back in the day. Stuart 007 says that. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you for joining us, and you're always welcome here, and I appreciate your kind comments. Richard Parmenter, the Equalizer has now gone woke, totally ruined. Richard, is that the one that's got the lady in there? There was a lady version of the Equalizer, wasn't there? Can you clarify that? Fuzzy Doxy, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support as always. That's wonderful of you. Factual breakdown. I can't stand anything woke. I did a video yesterday which I thought was wonderful. There was a university in America, or a college, something like that, and all of the students were asked what they were thought about Black Friday, and they'll go, it's racist, you need to change the name, get rid of it. And when it was explained to them what Black Friday actually meant, as in going into the black, making a profit, they then change their tune. Sometimes they have a very uneducated go at things that they just want to cancel for the sake of it. It's incredible sometimes what nonsense they come out with. I suppose they can accuse us of the same thing, even though we try and keep it commonsensical, don't we? The first thing I ever watched on TV was Star Trek in black and white. Steve Miles says, yeah, with Star Trek, the original pilot episode of that, they had Jeffrey Hunter as the captain of the Enterprise. This was before, Captain Kirk, William Shatner, showed up, and there was two versions of that, one in black and white and one in color. Yeah, I'm going to show these. I've just noticed with the actual live chat on the computer, it does censor some messages. If you want to have a pop at somebody, it seems to get the hump, so I have to go on there and actually show. I don't actually get that on the phone, so it's just something particular to the computer. I think you have to remember, all this is new to me. I've never done a live stream on a PC before. Finn Paraffin. Now I'll stick with Andy the Gabby Cabby, thanks, but I appreciate the compliment. I actually had a brief email back and forward with him earlier today, just checking up on something. I have seen all the old Star Trek episodes, including the pilot. I think the black and white one's a very rare one. If you can get a hold of it, it's quite valuable, apparently. I've got VHS tape somewhere. There might even be in my mum's loft, you never know. Doctor Who, William Hartnell, yeah, the original. I think Doctor Who's another one that's gone woke. I haven't watched any of the new series at all. David Tennant was the best modern day Doctor Who for me, and when he left, I like Matt Smith once you got used to him, but after that, no, I couldn't get it anymore. John McAllister, hi Andy, happy Black Friday to you and all here. Yeah, same to you, John. Hope you're well. Richard Void, who knew? Yeah, exactly. Fuzzy Doxy, you're doing great. Thanks for the compliment. I want to try and get used to, getting things right on the phone. I mean, the problem I've got today, my van's still in the garage, my minibus, where I do most of my filming. The mechanic's got to replace a couple of suspension arms on there, and where they've never been changed, where the bolt goes into the hole that holds it on, it was absolutely rusted to hell, and he had big trouble getting it out, and he's got to drill it out and get new bolts. So it's really delayed things for me. But, let's have another quick look at the chat. Get drunk with Andy, laugh out loud. Well, I'll tell you, after the day I've had, I might be having a few snifty whifties later on. That much I can guarantee you. I won't come on here though, because the results might be a bit, interesting to say the least. Fuzzy Doxy, I can't take the woke stuff. It's ridiculous. Yeah, some of what they try to cancel is ridiculous. Andy, what does the future hold for you regarding electric cars in your line of work? Vin Paraffin asks. Well, our local council sent out a consultation a long time ago to all the what are called private hire operators, because they wanted to, get a feel for what we thought about electric vehicles. And with me, there's no point whatsoever, because I do 1,000 miles a week and I need my car full with fuel all the time, and I can't have any delays. I can't sit there at a motorway service station waiting for my car's battery to recharge. It just ain't going to happen. There's not really anything out there that could meet my requirements. So at the moment, I'll stick with my diesel motor and be happy with it, definitely. Somebody mentioned Babylon 5. That's one that's overlooked. I love Babylon 5. That was about a station in neutral space, they called it, where people used to meet to try and work out their differences peacefully. And it was a whole arc over a 5-year period. Now, Bruce Boxleitner, the actor, played the captain of Babylon 5, and the whole, it was a saga, really. And they don't make television like that anymore. It's such a shame. Excellent series. Who else have we got here? Bob Mule. I thought he was the only person watching that at 2 a.m. Yeah, that's the thing. With live streams, you've got different time differences. I mean, where is everybody? Let's have a shout out. Who's in the UK? Who's in the US? Where is everybody? You don't need to tell me your exact town. Just the country will do, and it'll give an idea of where we all are and where we're tuning in from. Paul Oakes, I prefer Barbarella. That wouldn't be because of the opening scene, would it, by any chance, with Jane Fonda? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Lucinda's in Sweden. Anna, the UK. Richard Void is in Button Moon. Well, have you seen the Moomins or Mr. Spoon up there? Say hello. Factual Breakdown, Oak Island. Now that's Richie, Portsmouth. You're in Brum, are you, Ozone 1959? Well, there's somebody in this chat that's related to me that was born up that neck of the woods, but you'd never know it speaking to her. Above and Beyond, yeah, Manchester, USA. Earth, well, that'll do, won't it? That covers all sins. So we got a lot of British people here, and some from America. Somebody from Croydon, Lincolnshire. So there's a good spread of people all over the place, and it's good that you all get to tune in. So we're at nearly 80 people join the chat. If you haven't done so already, if you're new, can you hit the like button, because it gives the old YouTube algorithm a good tickle and does the video some good as well. I tell you, since we've hit 20,000 subscribers, I've noticed that the viewing figures have gone bananas. They literally have. I don't know what's happening or why, but I'm obviously not complaining about it. I'm very pleased. And likes and comments and interactions, they're all great. They all work fine. But listen, everybody, it's coming up at 40 minutes, and I promised my wife that I'd get myself down to the football to watch the last little bit with her in the pouring rain. So I'm going to, oh no, Sharon, I'm just about to sign off. She said, sorry, I'm late, so I'm afraid it'll have to be the replay for you, Sharon. That's a shame. Yeah, I promised my wife that I would go to the football way. So I'm going to say toodaloo for now. You've got more content coming out at 6 o'clock, so in about 20 minutes from now, so watch out for that. There'll be more content tomorrow, and another pop-up chat with me at some point in the afternoon. I try and do these daily because people are jumping on and interacting, and it seems to go down well. And when I can sort out my few technical difficulties I had from earlier, then we'll be back in the car. So until then, enjoy the rest of your evenings. Obviously, have a look at the content that's coming out soon. And as always, I bid you toodaloo.